What's up, YouTube? We're going to go live on Facebook. We're going live on Facebook. All right. We're good? We're live? We're live. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Halloween. Our pre-earnings analysis. We're going to cover the old Valiant Pharmaceuticals. Remember the name that made Citron famous? They're known as Bausch Health right now. Also, we're going to share our earnings track record too. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Happy Halloween and happy October. I am Mark Melnick and this is the Newsbeat Show. Hey, happy Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. You know what you're going to do? You're going to look at the next slide, pause it, read it, memorize it, and then go through it. By watching this video, you agree, told me, Mark Melnick, NT3 Live, harmless for not responsible for anything portrayed on this video. Okay! Happy Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having an awesome day. Totally awesome month of October for me. Just did just really well across the board. A lot of great intraday trading. And again, happy Halloween. And, right now, it's official Daddy Patrol, haha, from the hit show Paw Patrol. I am Chase, Paw Patrol, and just having, going with my children trick or treating. And let's just get right into. Well, let's start off with our earnings track record. So we were watching a couple names. Obviously, we're recording the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. And yesterday we did give you AbbVie, which is ABBV, and Fortinet. Only Fortinet reported. But let's just get right to it right now. Again, if you were betting $100,000, look how you would have done just today. And again, this is something new. We're using a very unique form of analysis, unique to everything out there. We gave you Acadia long, Apple long, Cree short, Lyft long, and Celgene and Generic long as well. I just want you to really focus in on the wins and the losses here. By the way, if you were doing this, you'd be up $50,000. If you're doing $10,000, whatever. This is based on a $100,000 bet. If you're doing $10,000 per trade, you could divide it by 10. If you're doing 250,000, you can multiply that number by 2.5. So many members loving this, so many members doing so well, and it's absolutely free. It's the best earning system on Wall Street right now that we are offering you here. And just take a look right here. Acadia Long, look at that, beautiful, negative $603. And I'm not being sarcastic, beautiful. Apple, $1,600 gain. Compare that. Look at the gains compared to the losses. Cree short, $7,065. Celgene Lyft long, $3,800. Look at this beautiful one, Celgene, $494 loss. Generic, $3,100 loss. So overall, if you went ahead and you tagged in these names, you would be up well over about $8,500 on these names. Your losses would have been about $4,000. And your wins would have been about 12.5 grand, rounded off approximately. I know a little more, whatever, doesn't matter. So really awesome system. And then we gave you Fortinet long, and FTNT was. We gave you two names the other day. Just look at Fortinet after hours right now, up to 87.50. Stock is up 6 points at this exact moment as we speak. Absolutely beautiful. Of course, we also gave you AbbVie. They're reporting tomorrow morning, so we don't know where they'll go. But I am telling you, if you want a system that, and again, I have a very small sample size, admittedly so. Normally, this would be a paid, product or service. But since I don't have the track record behind it, I am actually creating it with you in a real-time basis, and I can freely admit that. But I will tell you that there are a lot of big people out there with a lot of money who are very interested in the system. And as of right now, I don't have any plans on teaching it, just so we're crystal clear. But to share with you guys the name and the analysis, I'd love to do that all day. So let's go into what I'm going to be watching for this stock is reporting Monday morning. And this is Bausch Health Company's BHC. Now, this is the old Valiant. If you don't know what Valiant is it hard to take me seriously when I talk and I have this like, like one of those mustachios and the Paw Patrol helmet and the little dog ears. Anyway, hope it's not. I know, feels like I'm trick or treating. If you guys remember Citron, he was bashing Valiant. This is what put Citron on the map. If you're unfamiliar with what it is, you will get very familiar with the news flow. So basically, Citron, this is a monthly chart. Back in 2015, right over around here, Citron started bashing what was known as Valiant Pharmaceuticals. They changed the symbol. It was VRX was the old symbol. Like, yeah, they lost the symbol. They had to rebrand the company after this. And the stock basically dropped from 263 down to $25 in a matter of like 8, 9 months. It lost like well over 90% of its value. It's been absolutely crushed, destroyed. Got as low as $8.31 back in April of 2017. And just absolutely, was grinding up ever since. Now, I want to talk about this name, and I will be obviously going on the record. These things that I talk about, just so we're clear, I will add it right now. BHC, it will be a long play, and I will go over a little bit with you of why I like this thing long. Okay. Let's just go over and talk. And this is more of the fundamental analysis. I think this is a very important thing to do as well. They announced, pretty bad earnings before. They announced earnings per share of 49 cents versus the $1.05 expected in the past, 2.15 billion versus 2.15 expected. They were right in line. That was on August 6th. On August 7th, they filed an NDA for acne treatment, a new drug application, Jazarotene. Don't you love the names of drugs? Like, I look at these drugs and it's like, why couldn't you just name it like Steve? Like, this is Steve. This is John. This is Mark. Like, they have to give it like Galarexaprone. What? You know? It's just like, what? I can't pronounce that name of the drug. It must be something magical because I can't even pronounce it. The company since then had a price target upgrade that day, $54 to 50 from HC Wainwright. Keep in mind that this is a $24 company as we speak, and this is going back to August 7th. Let's see what else happened. They filed a patent infringement suit on October 1st versus Salix Pharmaceuticals. Okay, they attended a Cantor conference. They're going to be facing a generic version of their drug Xifaxan. I'm going to try to pronounce that since it's Halloween. Xifaxan. Ooh, I probably nailed it, right? Xifaxan. Um, Piper Jaffray said they're unlikely going to face a generic version of that drug. Is that bullish or bearish? I guess it sounds bullish on the outside. Now, here's the funny thing. Citron Research, the same company, oh my God, the same company that brought this stock from $250 to 25, put out a research report on October 15th, earlier. This was done earlier this month, exactly 2 weeks and 2 days ago, saying giving credit where it's due, target price 40. And it's kind of funny because they actually start off the article saying it was 4 years ago this month that Citron wrote a series of articles that were instrumental in the unraveling of the Pearson era Valiant business model. The stock quickly declined by 90% from its highs as the scandals unraveled, and many questions the sustainability of its equity. Now, this what put Citron on the map. And again, Citron chatter news flow does move names. You see like thousands of options go off when Citron talks, so they definitely established a good name for themselves. 4 years later, BHC trades with a valiant discount despite new management's 180-degree turn of the corporate culture. So Citron believes that this quarter, reporting on November 4th, will force Wall Street to finally take notice of BHC's pivot to offense. Once this is considered alongside the acknowledgement of the recent M&A spree in pharma, even David Maris will have to admit that BHC is on its way to $40. All right, it says, I love it. So they're basically talking about Joe Papa, who took over as CEO. They put a little cute crown on his head. He was interviewed by Jim Cramer, and they're going through all this other thing, their analysis, and it's a very in-depth report, which I am not going to, and it shows how the drug works and everything. I'm not going to sit there and go through the entire Citron research report, but I just want to mention that the company that did bring it from hero to zero is trying to bring it from zero to semi-moderate hero. So again, very bullish on BHC here. They are reporting Monday morning, hence why I'm telling it to you tonight on a Thursday. So if you didn't want to look at it, you would have a full day, full trading day before they report. Obviously, there's a weekend in between Monday, but I'm going to come out on the record bullish on this name. And I think one of the key things that I've been doing, just so we're clear, I actually changed around how I was actually doing this system. You see, because up until Intel, right over here, up until Intel, I was only focusing on fundamental analysis. To me, I was only focusing on fundamental analysis. So everything you see here is what I did when I started combining the fundamental analysis with technical analysis. And granted, you would have been up a lot of money still, but I want you to take a look at the gains and losses since I actually called this. All right, so $3,700 gain on Intel, as you can see right here. Look at this beautiful loss, $1,300 loss in T-Mobile, $1,400 loss in Amgen, $7,900 gain in General Electric, $6,700 gain in Garmin, $4,600 loss in McKesson, $600 loss in Acadia, $1,600 gain in Apple, $7,000 gain in Cree, $3,800 gain in Lyft, $490 loss in Celgene, $3,100 loss in generic. So I just want you to know that ever since I combined the two aspects of technical analysis and fundamental analysis together, started with Intel, and even though you would still be up a crap ton of money above, the gains started being a lot higher than the losers. And yes, there was a day where Electronic Arts literally closed at 96.72 and opened at 96.72, hence why you see zero here. And again, the beautiful thing about it is you don't have to be a rock star on the keyboard. You don't have to be somebody who is sitting there and managing the trades and trying to, squeeze it out and trying to use your skills as a trader to milk, a better P&L out of it. The beautiful thing about what I'm telling you here is you're just putting in a market on close order to either buy or short the stock, and you're putting it in the morning a market close on a market on open close order, whatever it is, to cover or sell your position at the open. So the only thing that we're looking at here is the closing and opening price. The whole point of it is if I educate you on why we're picking these names, on why we're choosing the fundamental analysis as powerful for these names, and we combine it with the technical analysis, will actually cause a lot more psychological fortitude and a lot less psychological toxicity when you're right compared to when you're wrong. If you just blindly jump in something face first without truly understanding the consistency and why behind it, a loss can turn you very toxic. You see, because ladies and gentlemen, trading is a lot more than just numbers. How you make those numbers, how you lose those numbers, how you break even on those numbers is a very, very important thing. The trades that I have made money on this month, a lot of people are able to duplicate. There are a lot of traders who blew my P&L out of the water. They blew it out of the water. My P&L wasn't too shabby. It really was just not too shabby. I mean, I didn't, I mean, I should be up, including whatever this week as well, but this was just from October 1st to October 26th. Again, not the highest P&L in the world. Again, I do have $250,000 months, $200,000 months, $180,000 months, but ever since the whole, it's funny how this started because I'd never show a P&L, but some people, were calling me out on it and they want to see it, so here it is. But you have to understand with this P&L, I'm up money almost every single day. You're not looking at this P&L, you're seeing $20,000 gains, $10,000 gains, $9,000 gains, but you're not seeing anything remotely close to that as a loss. You might see $1,000 loss, $2,000 loss, $300 loss, $8,000 gain, because how you make the money is the most important aspect of trading. So when I'm actually showing you this here, the point I am making is I consider this less impressive, even though again you would be up a ton of money. I guess I could calculate the math later. I'm not going to waste your time, but this to me is a lot more impressive ever since I started adding fundamental and technical analysis, because you're not going to be walking around the earnings season with, I blew up this week, I made some this week, I blew up today, I made tomorrow, I blew up the next 2 days, I made for the next 3 days, this is the greatest thing in the world, I blew up the next day. How many of you out there feel that way with a lot of just earning strategies or intraday strategies or swing strategies in general? It just feels like there's no consistency, and then you get stuck in what I call the 43-57 paradigm. And again, I will freely admit that I do not have a track record on this, but already somebody offered me $2 million outside the room to apply this strategy in their account, and I refused it. Why? Because I said I did not have the track record. So I'm not accepting any money for the strategy right now. I've been approached already once by somebody who I know is very serious and will fund me if I call him up and I say I need 10 million, he'll do that too. He offered to throw a couple million at it and I said no. But once I get funded and somebody wants to actually run this strategy, constantly, then I'll feel more comfortable turning it into a product. I take very micro positions in these stock positions, nothing that's going to equivocate to a $50,000, P&L so far. But again, we actually don't choose a lot of names. We actually do not choose a lot of names, and there are no small cap names. Not only that, the fact that we are net biased long right now, believe me, is a coincidence. It's just the way the stocks are working. We're not taking $500 million companies and shorting them. We're not taking $300 million companies and buying them. We're not playing with the one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, $9 names, with the exception of multi-billion dollar companies like General Electric is a $9 name. But short of like a very unique, exception or two, we're trading the biggest names on Wall Street: Biogen, Hog, Hasbro, Lockheed Martin, UPS, Snap, Whirlpool, etc. And we keep the small cap names away. Now, why is this important for me? Now, why? There's a lot of money to be made and lost in every name, Mark. Why the small caps? Because you know how many people come to me and are thanking me, saying that they cannot borrow a $4 name, and also kills the scalability. Like there's some people out there like Mark, people who have a lot more money than me. They're like, Mark, I want to throw like $500,000 at all these names, and I can't. I can't short $500,000 of a small stock. I mean, I can't even locate the shares to do so. So a lot of these strategies are actually not scalable. So everything that I do in the market, this is why, like, I even have like a small cap name on my radar today, AGRX. Like, I kid you not, I even wrote it down. Look, it's this was from my morning. Oh God, where is that? There it goes. You see, like, right there, AGRX. I know I have a look at that R. Look at that handwriting, right? I keep it on the radar, but like I never go near these names. You wouldn't have even heard me call it out today. Agile Therapeutics gapped up to $1.50 and then dropped in the morning. And like honestly, I just don't even like going near these names because they're just not scalable. It gets to a point where you just cannot take as much as you want. That's why even on the intraday side that I focus on Wall Street's biggest names only. And the beautiful thing about it is you don't need a large account. You see, one of the things out there, I think, which is one of the biggest myths on Wall Street, is that you need a very large account to trade some of the names I'm trading. And I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. The P&L that I showed you was done with, on average, $37,000 in buying power a day. You do not need a lot of buying power in an options account. You know what I do with this account? You know what I did today with this $75,000? I'll give you guys one guess what I did today with that money. Does anyone want to do a guess? What I did with that money? Anyone in the Newsbeat room? Anyone want to take a guess? I withdrew the entire thing. I literally sent a check request to Schwab today for the full $75,000. Why? Because I don't need it sitting in there. Look at my cost basis to proceeds. Nobody will show you that on Wall Street. Everybody can show you a number, a bigger number. Nobody will show you the fact that I took these trading days and was averaging $37,000 in buying power a day. The number here is not impressive, ladies and gentlemen. This is impressive. This is saying that you could do this with a very small account. And let's see. I could just literally open my email box at any time and just find a promotion. And yes, right over here. Beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. This is Amy from our room. She allowed me to share it. I did ask her permission. She's showing you. Look how beautiful this is. The Newsbeat strategies in which we do one and done. What her gross P&L is, the count, the volume, Mark 5, Mark 1, how she did zero, she did, I guess, one Mark 1 for 25 bucks. VWAP reversal, A plus trigger scalp, chatter on the second time. I don't know what she meant by fake chatter. No setup, meaning that she just tilted or did something stupid that she shouldn't. She made $106. A bull flag breakout, an 8 EMA long, a know your limit 8, a remount on VWAP long. She even created her own strategy that she's trying. Negative news flow out there. Major exit call from Mark. Look at that. She literally understands where her strengths are. This is the whole essence of the Newsbeat Bandit course. This is the whole essence of it. Because I could look at this chart right now and say, Amy, what I would do if I were you is I would focus on the one and done, the Mark 5, and chatter. That's who you are as a trader. You know, every so often, if you want to do whatever remount VWAP long is, which is this number 12 over here, do it like that. You want a A plus trigger scalp or VWAP reversal? Yeah, you made a little bit of money. I mean, fine. But this is your strength. So you know that anytime you need to lean back on something, you're going to lean back on the one and done. You're going to lean back on the Mark 5. And you're going to lean on breaking news. That's what you are good at. That is your strength. And I will tell you, my graph might be very similar to yours. Maybe Mark 5 is higher and one and done is similar and chatter is high and maybe some negative news might be higher than yours, but what Amy did here, and again, just so you know, she sent me this email 6 hours ago at 1:22 p.m. today. 1:22 p.m. She literally figured out who she was as a trader. And she's up 10 grand in 15 trading days. 10 grand in 15 trading days. This was done in 15 trading days. So what she says is, I wanted to share. I'm up $10,267.46 in 15 trading days in just one account. By strategy, it is so interesting to see. If I do a stupid trade, I lose. What I have learned, at least, is to get out quickly to reduce loss. Thank you so much. I am fulfilling a lifelong dream of being a successful day trader. If not for you, it would not be possible. And like, I don't even know what to say. Like when you get an email like this, it melts you. Like, what do you say to that? If not for you, it would not be possible. It's my pleasure, not yours. Believe me, my pleasure, not yours. And this is the emotional part of my job. Trading is emotional to me. Not really. You guys bring out, the best in me. So, excuse me. Believe me, I'm a lot tougher guy than you'll see with the silly fake mustache and Paw Patrol hat. But oh, did you guys see Daddy Patrol there? Yeah, I think I showed you earlier. Okay, so going into next month now, I would say just continue to be smart, continue to follow the names that we're tracking here, continue to just continue to be intelligent every step of the way. And when you take the Bandit course, you'll be able to analyze yourself like that. You'll see where you're weak, you'll see where you're strong, and you'll eliminate where you're weak. And what you don't understand is if you really want to eliminate your weaknesses, most people will tell you you have to improve your weaknesses. You're bad at swing trading, become a better swing trader. You're bad at intraday trading, become a better intraday trader. You're bad at this aspect of the market, get better at it. It's a lie. 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 To be a consistently profitable trader, you just have to be good at one thing. If you could, I would rather be an ace of one aspect of the market than a jack of all trades. I would rather be an ace at one thing than a jack of all trades. Trading is not about mastering every single thing that is thrown at you. And that is very hard because in most aspects in jobs, you have to master everything that the job asks of you. Trading is very unique in several ways. One, you don't get a consistent paycheck just by trading, unless you're a Newsbeat Live member following our methodologies, right? But no, you're not guaranteed a paycheck, right? You also are not supposed to learn every aspect of the market to become profitable. In order to be a profitable trader, all you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is just master one thing. And I promise you, if you take the Newsbeat Bandit course and you take it seriously and you're able to follow every single step there is not a reason why every single person watching this video right now will not be a profitable trader. My son is 4 years old. He'll probably be day trading when he's probably 7 or 8. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put him through the Bandit course. I'm going to teach him the one and done, the Mark 5 chatter, breaking news, negative news. I'm going to teach him all these things, and he's going to be a profitable trader. He's going to be that 7, 8 year old walking into school up $100 on the day, up $200 on the day. Of course, I'm going to have to get him some pepper spray to spray off all the cute people trying to hang out near him. Tss, just kidding. But this is what I would do for my own family. That's the bottom line. I would do what I am showing you for my own family. And when I say that the Newsbeat Live Room really truly is my family, I mean it from the bottom of my heart because I would treat these people in the room the same way I would treat my family. Ironically, I spend a lot more time with the Newsbeat Live Room than my family. And, you know, I will never 100%. I know a lot of people like to use the word 100% of people will not be successful in one environment and 100% of people will not fail in the same environment. I hate those numbers because that's just an excuse for people to say that 95 to 99% of people will fail in their environment. For the first time ever, as of 8 months ago, just based on what I'm seeing, based on the emails, and again, I'm not looking at brokerage account statements. My guess is that 70 to 80% of the Newsbeat Live Room members are successful at this point. 70 to 80%. And it's a huge statement. It's huge. It's a guess. I don't know the number. I don't look at thousands of account statements, but I base it on the emails that come to me. But one thing I promise you, even if you are not where you need to be right now as a trader, where you're in our room or not, and I know this is, No gurus like to talk about this because it gives an image of almost people think like it's failure, the image. Some people are even embarrassed to talk about how they trade. It's like they're embarrassed, and I'm telling you, don't be embarrassed. The way you trade is not who you are. The decisions from what you make for yourself to help your family, to support your family, to do better for the people around you, that is who you are. And if you want somebody who's going to fight relentlessly to ensure that you are able to achieve that goal, you're looking at your answer right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the Newsbeat Live show, the Newsbeat show, and hope to see you in the Newsbeat Live room. But nonetheless, happy trading, make money. Thumbs up this video if you liked it. Thumbs up if you like all the earnings analysis that we do. Links in the description if you're interested in some of the products we offer. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning on the Newsbeat Live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening and happy Halloween.